What's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. You see his bottles popping. Every day we go live here and we go over technical analysis, the charts, trading crypto, Bitcoin. Everything I talk about is not financial advice. I'm just telling you how I make money trading, okay? So I'm trying to educate, teach y'all the strategies. Today we're going over scalping. We went in a deep dive on yesterday's one. We sat there and we watched the charts and Breakout Prop. Also, I'm affiliate of Breakout Prop. Got to get all the legal stuff out the way. Breakout Prop affiliate, also a Phemex affiliate partner. I give you a discount if you use my affiliate code for Breakout Prop at the top of the screen there. And if you want to join the private Discord for free for 1 year, all you got to do is sign up for Phemex with my Phemex code. So anyways, man, we getting it popping here. Showing some throwback videos while we let everybody get into the chat. It's one of my old school video, not that old school, but back in 2021. She want that Louis. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back to this one right here, but we're gonna jump into the charts here. I see some people in the Discord talking about shorting. Yesterday, this is actually what I really want to show you guys. Yesterday, when I was trading, right after the live stream, the short opportunity that we talked about during the live stream came up. Okay, this happened right after I got off the live stream. Of course, I got it in fast motion here. Guys, exactly how I did. So I put it in fast motion here because I needed to do a time lapse to speed it up here for a minute because, the video's 35 minutes long. Plus, I just started trading on the PC for the setup for the live stream. This is my third week live streaming. I've been trading for over 5 years, but this is my third week live streaming, and it's a long time coming. So I've been appreciating everybody who's been rocking with me this whole time because, live streaming is not something I'm used to and trading at the same time. I can focus on trading, but trying to do it while live streaming is a little bit harder, but I'm getting used to it now. And, man, yesterday, right after we went off the live stream, the trade hit. So in the live stream yesterday, and then so that's why I had to make this video. I was scrambling to get a screen recorder because I don't have a PC. The first time I ever used a PC, so I was like, I don't even know how to screen record. So I had to download some app to do it, and that's what this was. Strategy, what I would do, and what I was waiting on. This is what I was waiting on. Virtual. We talked about it, and then of course it happened. This is the third time now. So where the trade happened right now, I had the time happened right after I got off the live stream.
Basically, I started the video late because I never done a screen recording on my PC before, so I had to download the software and figure all that out.
Anyway, so that's on the YouTube channel now. All right. So anyways, we just joined. We let some people get in here. Say what's popping if you in the chat. So the private Discord, we still having the contest. It's been going on. I said it was going to be a week. It was going to expire on Sunday, but Easter is on Sunday. A lot of folks are going to see their fam. Somebody in the chat said, Andrew, shout out Andrew. He said, look, man, I'm about to go see the fam and get them to join the private Discord on the holiday week. So he's like, look, can we extend it? So I said, that's a good idea. I was actually thinking about that last night anyway. So I hit up my admin. I said, let's extend this contest till Tuesday. So basically, we got all the way through the holiday weekend, and it's an invite contest. So whoever invites the most people into the Discord wins. So everybody who's currently in the Discord, you can get your own Discord invite link. And then you're going to get as many people as you can. I don't care if you post it on social media, wherever you want to post it. Get people to sign up for my Discord. Whoever gets the most is going to win a prize, which is one-on-one Zoom with your boy Cassius Cuvée for at least an hour. And I'm going to dive deep on your trading strategy. We're going to look at whatever you want to look at as far as the charts, trading, and investing, anything you want to do. I have a wealth of knowledge. I've been doing this for so long, and I've just always been the type of person to explore every corner of the market, anything I do. So basically, it's like a free one-on-one. I do one-on-one consulting in general, but I charge $250 an hour for that. So this is a free one-on-one consulting for whoever invites the most people to the Discord. Now, like I said, we just getting started. It's only our third week live streaming. I've been going every day, only a couple days off here and there sporadically, but yeah, pretty much 7 days a week. This is my 20th live stream, y'all. My 20th live stream. So we've been rocking, man. We're gonna be doing it every day at 4 p.m. Pacific time. I'm in the West Coast of town, baby. And man, as soon as we get some more people on here in the comments, we got a poll going. Make sure that you check the poll. I want to know if people like scalping more or swing trading. I've done both on the channel here. We started out swing trading, and then people have been getting into the scalping a lot more. Either you're on Breakout Prop. So this is Breakout Prop right here. Okay. Now, Breakout Prop is where I'd like to do a lot of scalping, but I also use Phemex. I do use Phemex. That's Phemex right here. Oh, we're having an internet connection here? Come on back with it. Hope I didn't lose you. Breakout Prop, I have the 1 minute chart set up. So with the 1 minute chart, you're zoomed all the way in. Let's see, I guess looks like we back live. Screen cut out for a minute. We all the way in on the 1 minute chart on Breakout Prop. So when I'm looking at Trading View, this is basically how I like to have my setup. I have Trading View down here and Breakout Prop up here. And basically Breakout Prop is where you get a bankroll of $100,000 to trade with for only $800. So if you don't have a whole lot of money and you just want to say, look, man, I want to put in a little bit of money and get a big bankroll, that's what Breakout Prop's for. That's what prop trading is. Phemex, similar but not the same, is leverage trading, so you can set your leverage. Now, Breakout Prop, the difference is they have 5x leverage built in to Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that means that if you theoretically, I wouldn't recommend this, but if you theoretically want to use your whole $100,000 on a Bitcoin trade, that's like saying there's $500,000 on a Bitcoin trade. So what I always do is I always have Bitcoin up here and then whatever shitcoin I'm trading next to it right over here. Okay. And I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to show you guys what we did yesterday, what I did yesterday right after the trade, right after the, turn this volume down a little, right after the scalp. Okay, I mean, right after the live stream, I went scalping. And what I said in the live stream, I'm going to show you right here. It's on virtual. This one right here. And I've just had it up, and it's like, honestly, you guys, it don't even really matter that much what ticker you, well, I'll say this. When you want to scalp a ticker, it's good to have a little bit of volatility. And virtual's been having a kind of a good amount of volatility. That's just up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, let me go back to trading view. That's just up, down here, okay? This choppiness give you some volatility. That's what virtual's been doing, okay? This is the 1 hour chart. But the strategy goes like this, okay? I'm going to tell you what we're looking at right now. If you see a 1 hour red dot, that means it sets the tone for bearish, okay? But then we're going to want to zoom in to the 10 minute, and we're going to wait for the next green dot to come, and then, well, not the next, it's going to be green, and then it's going to turn red again. We want to enter on the red dot, and then we start shorting, okay? This is Market Cipher B down here. What's poppin', Andrew, in the house? Got to chop up today. Just one of those days where you feel blind and can't see anything. Were you winning trades or are you losing trades? What do you mean? How was the trading going today? I'm going over this scalp I did yesterday. As soon as we got off the live stream, again, the sticker virtual it's just been hitting. But here we go. So this is what happened. Okay, yesterday. When we were on the live stream, we came all the way down here and we were right here. And I was like, oh, should we go long right here? Or we were looking like this. I was waiting for it to roll over. And what happened was I said, oh, but actually on the hour, on Market Cipher B, on the hour chart, it doesn't look good. We're supposed to be going bearish. And sure enough, I'm glad we didn't enter because it only went up a little bit and then it started going down again. So I said, this is what I'm waiting on. I was like, I want to wait for another big pump and then short on the way down, because then that would be trading with the trend, because it wasn't just the 1 hour was bearish. It was also the 2 hour and the 3, every single ticker was bearish. So this is why I was like, okay, we're not going to try to force a trade that isn't there. So when this came up, right after the live stream went off, I seen this pump. Now, this is what happened. And I went over this briefly in the video I made. But down but almost even. Okay, Andrew. Yeah, cool. As long as you almost even, remember you small wins, small losses, small wins, small losses, and then you catch that big win. And if you keep trading with the trend, good things happen. And yesterday was a prime example of that. Because if I had tried to go long here, I wasn't trading with the trend, the larger trend in my 1 hour, 10-minute strategy, which is the 1 hour. This would have been trading against it. And that's what the big, heavy 1 hour wave is much heavier, right? The heavy 1 hour wave is much heavier than a 10-minute wave. And we're trading off of the 10-minute waves. Market Cipher B, these are the momentum waves in blue. And down here are the momentum waves in blue on Market Cipher B. So red means it's bullish, bearish going down, and green means bullish going up. So in Breakout Prop, I hit it so nicely. First, this came up. I started pumping, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm waiting on. I want a big pump, and then I'm going to short it down. So I did this pump. It came to here. And I was doing a little just quick T. I could see that this peak was here. Sometimes that'll be like the line of support and resistance. So I jumped in here, but I knew I had a smaller size position, okay? I didn't have a big position. I didn't want to have too big a position to get started. But it was actually cut in half because I had cut it in half real quick for the live stream. So I actually, instead of getting out when it started going against me, which is a possibility, but because it wasn't that much money, I just let it ride up because I'm like, this is going to roll over. When it got to the top, I mean, as you can see with this red triangle here, I entered and I caught it at the top. And now you say, well, how the hell you catch it right here at the top? Just like if you notice, this was a top also, just ended up going higher, right? You can see the candles, you guys. When you're on the 1 minute chart, I'm going to keep saying this every day. Sit there and stare at a 1 minute chart for an hour, and you will start to understand the behaviors of the candles. What movement is constituting fast momentum with it's slowing down and wants to return. That's not an exact science, but you start getting a feel for it. In the meantime, at the same time, you're keeping an eye on down here on Market Cipher B, and you're zooming in, 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute, you know what I'm saying? You're zooming in real close on that because you're looking and trying to catch the top for basically when this 10-minute wave rolls over, okay? But I'm front running it, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm front running it here a little bit here, okay? You don't catch the top. By the time the 10 minutes shows up, it's already gone down some, okay? But you can see, man, right here. So I was in here now. I'll call this a full-size position. It wasn't really that much money. Listen, I got a 100-grand bankroll. That was like, I don't even think that was 5,000, something like that. Because was it 2,500 a pot? Let me see real quick. 10,000 these is 2,700 right now. So yeah, it was about $5,000 in. I'm using only 5% of the bankroll. I could have used a lot more. You know what I'm saying? I was just jumping in it real quick. Didn't want to get too hasty. I honestly didn't even want to trade. The live stream was pretty long yesterday. So that was the other thing too. Like, you got to know your life circumstances. When I tell myself I'm going to sit down and decide to trade, I'm like, okay, I'm going to block out 4 hours and we're going to go knock this out. So I got in here, and then I had Bitcoin up next to it. Now, again, I can't see it here. What was it? Is that here? 1704? Bitcoin was yesterday, 1704. Bitcoin was like here or something. I'm trying to think, where was that exactly? That says 17. Why does it say 17? That says 23. Anyways, I'm watching Bitcoin at the same time. I really wish I could have did this shit live. It always happens as soon as I get off, right? So basically, Bitcoin was going down. Forget this right now. I had Bitcoin like this, and I'm virtuals over here. Bitcoin is going down. And then I seen this big gap down. Now I'm in the green, right? Because I entered here and here. This is my average is somewhere between these two because it's the same size position. And I'm watching Bitcoin go back up again. Basically, it was doing something like this. But this was underperforming it, okay? So I wasn't afraid. That's what I'm trying to get at. I knew this was a bearish trend because we had a 1 hour red dot, 2 hour red dot, everything was red dot up to the daily. So I'm like, everything is pointing down. And by this point, basically now I got a red dot in the 10 minute. I'm home free. I'm basically just riding it out, but I'm keeping an eye on Bitcoin. I'm watching it for my clue. Like, if Bitcoin all of a sudden wants to shoot to the moon, this will probably follow. Usually tickers follow. But in this case, Bitcoin did make a big move, and then this didn't make that big of a move. So I was like, I'm cool. I'm good. We're going to ride this out. And it wasn't long before it caught the big move waterfall. So I was like, okay, now I'm home free. Will this be the big bounce? I doubt it. You feel me? I doubt it. So I didn't get out right here. I watched it. I was trying to wait until I seen a 5 or 10 minute green dot. Basically, for sure, 5 minutes. Basically, you're watching the 1 minute, and then when that turns green, then you're watching the 3 minute, and that turns green. So that's down here. You're sitting here watching the 1 minute. I'll be like this, watching the 1 minute, wait for it to turn. Then when the green turns, then I'm back looking, okay, should I be getting out? That's what you're contemplating in the moment at that time, okay? It came back, it came down, still time was on my side. I saw this move here start to come back up. And I thought, man, I've been sitting here for way too long. I don't want to give back anything. I was up, and I said I just got out. And, of course, right after the next 2 minutes, it went down. But in the end, if you look, sure, if I had rode, I would have waited another hour or something in my life. I wasn't really trying to do that. But, like, look at this. When we come back and zoom all the way out, it went all the way back up again. So the point is, this is why we do scalping, okay? Trying to predict all it is. Like, what if I thought I caught the top right here? When we were zoomed in just now, that looked like that was a big old move. And what if I set my stop loss right here? I would have been stopped out, and all this money, I would have just gave it all back, and I would have won nothing. And that's why I scalp, okay? So now we got another opportunity. If I wasn't really trading today, but if I had been trading today earlier, scalping earlier today, I would have been waiting and watching for this big old move to come up. and waiting for my entry. So, and that's kind of what I'm watching for now. If I'm going to trade virtual, I'm going to look over here at TradingView. Let's do the 1 hour first. It's giving me a red dot here. Okay, I got the RSIs pointing down, money flow pointing down, hell, even the VWAPs pointing down, right? I didn't catch the top of the move here. Let me put it on this one so you can see both. I didn't catch the top of the move. Can't see with that breakout prop in the way. Anyways, I didn't catch the top of the move here. We're going to move it down. There we go. So I'm waiting to watch. If this has a retracement, it looks like we already had the retracement right here. Honestly, that would have been the play. But if this does have one more retracement higher, that's where I'll be looking to short. And the reason is because down here, we already got the red dot. You see what I'm saying? So this is not the super deep red dot. Like I wish it was this one. But if we get any type of retracement up, I'll be keeping my eye on the price. Now, the other thing is this. The 2 hour does not have a red dot yet. So technically, this is still bullish on the 2 hour time frame for virtual. It's still bullish on the 3 hour. It's still bullish on the 4 hour. It's still bullish on the 5 hour. You see what I'm saying? It's still bullish. As long as I see a green dot here, it's still bullish technically. So you got to be careful for the 1 hour strategy. We only focus on the 1 hour. But, if all of these big waves are going against you, the idea this is all of a sudden going to roll over and go straight down is highly unlikely. Like, you're not going to get a candle like this. Just look for a second. Right here. This is the 6 hour, right? We got a 6 hour red dot, and then with some zigzag back and forth, and then you got a big candle like this. With the 6 hour green dot down here, unless there's some crazy news event, you're not going to catch one of these big candles just all of a sudden. It's highly unlikely. So there's probably going to be some upward movement before it goes down or flat. It's not going to. These waves that I'm showing you right now are much bigger than the 1 hour wave. But the 1 hour wave does precede them. And that's all you need. I'm telling you, we can use all this other stuff on Market Cipher and other indicators and stuff. For sure we can. But I'm always starting with looking at the wave. I've said it once, said it a million times. This is the cake and this is the frosting. And you know what? I mean, that's basically it. I'm going to be looking for another entry. If this price comes up, and it's not really the price that I'm looking for, but the price will have to come up in order for this momentum wave on TradingView to come up. So here, right now, this is the 10 minute, right? So this is I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm waiting for this wave to give me one of these, and that was what it gave me last night, and that was why I entered. You get what I'm saying? Right when this 10 minute was rolling back over again. This red dot will probably still be a red dot on the 1 hour unless that move turns out to be crazy. And this is why I keep saying I don't chase price. Well, what price are you going to enter at? I don't know. I don't know what price I'm going to enter at. You guys need to get that out of your head. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm like trying to revamp how people take a look at the charts. We have all the tools we need. Everything on the price chart, that's 20% of it, man. 80% is down here. This is a distraction half the time. Chasing a price. If I had been chasing a price, I would have got stopped out. So I'm waiting for the momentum to reverse, and then I'm doing my entry. So the momentum is pointing down, but there probably will be somewhat of another move up just because I'm looking at all of these long time frames pointing up, even the green dot on the 8 hour. Now, it's not real deep, but that's enough to say technically it's bullish on the larger time frames, okay, which is different than yesterday. Now, on the largest time frames of the day, 12 hour and 1 day, ooh, the 1 day is technically still green too. It's getting flat. I mean, this is why I'm scalping too, by the way, because we're doing this sideways chop. You know what I'm saying? All this sideways chop is not really it's not really conducive to trying to swing trade right now because we don't know how it's going to break. Sandita, what's popping, man? In this thing. Right on. So what I'm looking for right now is the price to go a little bit higher. If I'm trading virtual, if we're on virtual, it doesn't really matter. You guys are just trying to find a ticker that's got a lot of volatility, okay? I'm waiting for the price to go up, which will ultimately make the wave on the 10 minute go up. When it curls up like this, starts coming back down, that's where I'm going to do my short. Why? Because the 1 hour has a red dot. That's the strategy. And we're going to enter the short on the 10 minute. And on a volatile ticker like this, you could catch a big move. Again, these bigger time frames are pointing up, but since we're waiting to trade with the trend, I don't know. Maybe the 2 hour will start to roll over, and maybe we will catch that big waterfall. You feel me? Now, when I enter, let's just say for the sake of argument that it goes up, just the sake of example, I should say, price goes up to just to here, okay? Your question is, next says, well, where do I put my stop loss, right? Where do I say, okay, this is going against me. Well, there's two ways of looking at this. Again, I'm not going by price, so I wouldn't put stop loss by price except for this one caveat I'm going to get into. But what the reason you would get out of the trade is because the momentum started going back up again. Okay, so like if this dot, let me go like this real quick. If this dot, this dot might have showed up right here. We might have got the red dot right here. And then price started coming down, but then it started going like this again, okay? Now, when you're looking at only a 10-minute wave, it does a pretty good job of not having anything blow up in your face. And this is why I landed on 10-minute, not 11 or 12-minute, because the 10-minute wave, I would not try to fight a 10-minute wave if you're scalping. I used to have a Post-it note on my computer screen. Don't try to fight a 10-minute green dot if you're shorting, because you never know how big the move might be. It might be like this. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to get hung on that. So as soon as it turns green on the 10-minute, maybe even a little before that, if it does turn green, you have to get out. If you're down a little bit, no problem. You cut your losses right here instead of up here. You see what I'm saying? So here's the thing, though. But that's not what we're anticipating. We're anticipating that we're gonna get a red dot here, and then we're going to be able to come back down again. Now, hopefully, if that happens, eventually this 2-hour will start to roll over. And before you know it, this is where I'm talking about. The smaller waves start rolling into the bigger waves, and everything starts crashing. And then all of a sudden, you end up catching some monster move like this all the way down to here or something, which would be big. You feel me? Like if this was the move yesterday, I thought this was big. When I started this live stream and we're looking at this, it seemed like that was a big move. This one I was in yesterday, right? It was like, whoa, I caught the very top of this, okay? Look at that. I caught the top of it. I caught one little short entry, and I caught the very top. That seemed like a big move from here to here. You zoom out, that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm talking about, how if you can catch, you might catch the big one, in which case then you're just watching the 10-minute wave, and you're going to basically sell the rip all the way back down again. That's basically how it works. You're going to sell the rip all the way back down again. Let me go back. 10-minute. Every time it goes like this, it goes up, you short here. And it comes down, you get out. You're going to get out right here. When it goes up again, it starts to roll over, you short again. And you just keep running it all the way. As long as you got the 1-hour red dot, you keep running the strategy, because the 1-hour red dot means that it's bearish. I mean, it's really straightforward. That's what I like about it. It's simple. I'm not trying to do anything complex. I'm not making you guys draw a million lines and try to look for the perfect confluence and try to make sure that all the EMAs and SMAs and Bollinger Bands and VWAPs and Fibonacci's and every other line that you can draw on the price chart that you can conceive of, I don't have to wait on all of those. This is all I need, okay? Now, I will still say that you should set a stop loss, and this is what I was going to say. I was coming back to this. For stop losses, I want to set it just above the last wick high or whatever's, we've got to look at how much money that is. But so, for example, if this did come back up to, say, it comes up to like here, and we think we want to get in here, like, okay, it's going to go down. My stop loss, depending on how much money it actually is, but probably be right here, right above this last wick. You see what I'm saying? Go like this. Right above this wick. Because the thought process is, and this is just more like regular TA, if it breaks out above this line of resistance, then it could just shoot way up higher, and ain't no telling. And, again, we should be out of the trade before that even happens, because I'm trading down here in the waves. But you guys, this is crypto, this is the internet, anything can happen. Your power can go out in your house, and somehow something don't work. If you always want to have a stop loss, just as like a sanity check, just in case, so you don't blow up your whole bankroll. Especially in breakout prop, because breakout prop, you're gonna have you're gonna get breached if you go negative 4% in a day. So you definitely want to have one in there just in case some sort of glitch. Now let's look at Phemex real quick. You can do the scalping strategy on Phemex as well, just the same thing. You zoom in on the 1-minute chart. That's basically it. But for Phemex, you set your own leverage. So the sanity check on that, and let me hide this real quick. The thing that you do for that is, sure, you can have a stop loss, same deal, like above the most recent high candle, but you want to make sure that this is on isolation mode. You got to have it on isolation mode. So if you didn't set a stop loss and you have, let's say you have 10x leverage, whatever it is, you'll get liquidated, but you only get liquidated on that one position, not your whole bankroll. If this is on cross, that's your whole, all the money you have in here, the $2,000 I have in here, which is not bad. We only started with one. This is just a trading account, you guys. I set this up just when I started my live stream a few weeks ago. So congratulations, everybody, in rocking with me this long. I'm 20 live streams in. This is my third week live streaming, even though I've been trading for a hell long. And I just wanted to go over the scalping strategy with you guys today because this choppy ass market is like, I can't get a read yet. And one thing I'm never going to do is BS you and act like I just know everything and it's going to the top. And because I've got this line drawn right here, that means this is going to happen or blah, blah, blah. Man, that should be bullshit, bro. I don't know. I've been doing this too long. I drew this line a long time ago and did it bounce off there? Sure it did. And it's gonna hold until it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? We bounce off it once. We bounce off it twice. We bounce off it thrice. We'll bounce off it. Let me bet the farm right here that we break down. And then all of a sudden it goes like this. You get what I'm saying? That's why you just can't trust doing TA only on a price chart. Anybody who does TA on a price chart but doesn't show you down here is a charlatan. Anybody who tells you a price prediction but doesn't give you a time frame, they're a charlatan. And that's why you rocking with your boy Cassius Cuvée, because I always keep it real with you. I don't tell you when that I know something because, you know, I'm going to get headlines if I prognosticate that Bitcoin's going to 90K tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Everybody will look and watch and wait to see if you're right or wrong so they can talk shit to you when you're wrong. But, like, that's weak to me because I don't really know if that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Now, the other thing you can do, this helps me a lot, actually. See this dotted line here on TradingView? On TradingView, you can set these alerts. There's two things you can do them. You can do them on the price chart or you can do them on Market Cipher B. So on TradingView, you put this alert. So like if virtual, I have this line here, I drew it yesterday. I was like, if virtual does pop up, this is where I traded yesterday, right here is this little candle here. If it does go up a little higher in this line, I'm gonna be at alert. I'm gonna be paying attention. So that way I can say, okay, am I ready to jump in a short here? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for if that were to happen. And then on Market Cipher B, you can set it to give you an alert if the wave crosses the line. All you got to do is click this right here. You see that set alert, and it'll tell me if this wave crosses this line, or if I undo does not undo alerts. I forgot. Or if you can set it on the green dots and red dots as well. So you can set it to say it. Now, in my Discord, in the private Discord, remember guys, first 50 people get a year free of the private Discord. Otherwise, it's $99 a month. So in the private Discord, I do have a scalping alerts that pop up. They're not exactly on Market Cipher B, but it's some momentum waves, and it shows you, are we long or short? You see? So this is what I wanted to show somebody. Somebody asked me about this to explain it in the Discord. This shows me that Bitcoin, they only have the alert set for Bitcoin, but I've got this pulled from TradingView. Bitcoin 1 hour is bearish down here, okay? That's what that means. So if it's bearish, that means you know you got a red dot. So you might see this inside of Discord before you even see it on the charts. And then the 10-minute is bullish. So that's pretty much that. I want to remind everybody we do have the contest going on right now. So whoever does the most invites is going to get 1 hour free with your boy Cassius Cuvée. We're going to go over your trading strategy and everything you need. So that way we can make sure you're winning your trades on a consistent basis. So make sure that you share your invite link. If you're in the Discord, you want to share your invite link with all your friends, family, social media, because whoever gets the most, the bot will tally it up, and then that's who's going to win. Let's see, man. I got a lot of stuff to do today. If we don't got any more questions, the chat ain't popping as much as it is today as some other days. Thursday's a slow day. It really wasn't a whole lot of stuff going on in the market today. I mean, that's why we scalp, because you can do that anytime, any place. I mean, I can't stress it enough. I love scalping because I never get FOMO. Every time I'm scalping, it's whenever I want to do it. Whereas when I was in that damn Jasmine trade all week, and let's revisit that real quick. But when I was in the Jasmine trade all week, I had to keep checking on it. I kept wondering what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, damn. So it did finally break this blue line, which was originally my original target. But we got sick of looking at it, and I took profit at this green right here. We got out of it. But what I like about this is that my instincts were correct, y'all. My instincts were correct. I said, this is a shit coin. This pump is fake. It's going to come all the way back down. I called it. I knew it was fake. But that don't mean it can't go higher. So you got to be prepared, careful, stop losses, etc. Bankroll management. But I knew it could get back down here because this pump was fake. And the real reason why is like it ran out of buyers. See, when you start understanding how the mechanics of the markets work, you can get a feel for, okay, why did this shoot up so fast to here and then just couldn't break above? Couldn't. no one will push it over the hump. There's enough buyers. So I'm like, they're eventually going to lose interest, especially when all the other coins are pumping, and they're going to take profit from this, and they're going to go into something else. And this coin was bleeding anyways. It was, it was terrible. Look how much it was down. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, this trend is pretty ridiculous. Straight down, okay, on the daily. So I was like, okay, I like an opportunity when a shit coin pumps. That means I can short it. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. This is why I'm not in a rush to get anything either right now, because I'm kind of waiting for a screaming opportunity, which is what happened yesterday. Right after the live stream, I saw that pump come and jazz me, and I was like, this is exactly what I told you I was waiting for. Same thing I'm telling you I'm waiting for today. I'm waiting for this 10-minute, we're on the 10-minute, to come up like this. Then I'm going to enter the short. I'm going to write it down. We're going to make some money, bro. And here's the thing. On Breakout Prop, no one says you have to win your whole evaluation in one trade. You can take as much time as you want. This is important, guys. You can take as much time as you want to pass the evaluation on Breakout Prop, okay? So you can bat singles. Be safe. Play it safe. This is why I have the 10-minute wave strategy, because as soon as it goes against you, I just cut my losses. Get out. Or you'd be taking your profit. You wouldn't even be cutting your losses. If you're doing it right, you'd just be taking profit. So you might bat a bunch of singles. Let's say you make about $300-$400. Let's just say for easy math, you make $500 a time. 3 times is $1,500 in that day. You could do that every day. Not financial advice. I'm just saying that's what I've done, okay? And that's easy, kind of relatively easy without even big positions. I always say get to 100K evaluation, because I want to have the wiggle room, the plenty of wiggle room to still do a good size trade. You know what I'm saying? And then if you really, really, really want to go up and you want to put 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand on a trade, you got the space to do it. Whereas if you get some small ass account, anything under 50,000 or something, you're going to want to scale up. And then what ends up happening is you're like, well, I want to put $20,000 on this. It's like, yeah, but you only have a $25,000 account. Now one false move against you, and that minus 6% happens a hell of a lot faster. So it's okay to bat singles to get funded, because once you're funded with a 100K account, there's no maximum amount of money you can make. You can just keep on winning. You just keep racking it up. $100 here and there, $1,000 here and there, $2,000 here and there, $5,000 here and there. No reason to take risk after that. Why? Take as much time as you need to pass the evaluation, and every dollar you made in the evaluation will then be the same type of way you'd make it once you pass the evaluation. And before you know it, you just start stacking, and Breakout Prop pays every day. Every single day. Now, I want to throw something else out there. I've been doing so well on the trading since I started live streaming 3 weeks ago. I don't know. I want to explore. Phemex has a lot of cool options, you guys. They've got copy trading. I've never done the bot stuff. But should I start trading on Phemex and then people can copy trade me? Should I set up a copy trading account? Say something in the chat if you think I should set up a copy trading account or something in the Discord, okay? Oh, and by the way, make sure you vote. Make sure you vote in the chat. What do you like better, swing trading or scalping? And the thing is, you could do copy trading where all you people literally just put in their money, right? I could trade whatever amount of money I want to trade with, but they put in their money, and then I think the trader gets to keep 10% of their profits or something like that. So you can make a lot of money copy trading if you really know how to trade good. So I'm like, man, I'm kind of thinking about doing that, and maybe I could do that when I'm on here. I'm copy trading while I'm doing the live stream. I don't know. I'm just getting used to the live stream, all the technicals and stuff, so trying to not get caught up on fighting with a camera or a microphone and then mess around and lose a trade. Yesterday, it was so beautiful, you guys. As soon as I got off this thing, this right here, I caught the very top of that. And I'm telling you, when I'm in Breakout Prop, it seems to happen a lot. Happens a lot. I've got it in Phemex too. Remember, on Bitcoin, I caught that 75K right at the bottom. Why? Because I was looking at the 8-hour. And I want to say this again. The 8-hour is usually an indicator of when the trend is going to change, when the larger trend is going to reverse. And that's what, let me go pull it back up for the 8-hour real quick on Bitcoin. So for swing traders out there, I'm watching the 8-hour. We caught this one green dot, the retracement, like I suspected. A little bit of it's actually not a bear div, a bull div. It's basically, but it is a momentum slowed down, even though the price came back and revisited 75K. I literally got in right at 75K, and I wrote it up. And you can see on Phemex, I got out here. I don't know why it doesn't show the entry on the candle here. I'm trying to refresh, see if it'll show. It doesn't show. It's not showing. I don't know why. Because we know I got in right here, wherever this 75K is. Right? It was on this wick. And then you see I got out right here. It don't look like much on there. If you go like this, it looks bigger. But you see, I got out. Maybe you can say I got out a little early because all this stuff kept going sideways. But it's like, give me my money, bro. This is the thing. There's nothing wrong with being an opportunist and waiting for your moment, right? Sometimes the best trade is no trade. And this is what I said yesterday. There were some folks in the Discord jumping in trades like, well, be careful. And yesterday we had a big reversal in the middle of the day. I was like, be careful, because what's going to happen is, if you don't take that profit quick, something might happen in reverse. And I stayed out until I saw my opportunity with virtual pop up right at the end of the day, right after I got off the live stream. So it's like, it's okay to wait. Just wait. There's no rush. There's no reason to say. And I kept saying it yesterday when we were looking at the charts too. I said, you got to hurry up and wait. And that's what I did, and that's why I was successful. And that's why I really want to teach these to people how to do this correctly, because I want to stop you from getting wrecked. Being impatient is what gets you wrecked. Being patient, waiting for your perfect entry, sure, you got to wait. It doesn't mean all the confluence in the world. It just means when you're ready. Then also, scalping is great because it gives you more reps. The more practice you get, the better you will be at this, I promise you. The more you stare at the 1 minute chart over here and you just locked in and you're watching those candle movements and you see that pattern, the more you're going to be locked in. And then when you sit down, you say, I'm going to do this for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours straight, and you're scalping, you're just in, out, every half an hour, every hour, every 2 hours maybe even. But you're watching it, you're pinpointing them. You're catching peaks and valleys, and you just all of a sudden starts cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You start ringing the register. You start ringing that register, and it's like, man, this shit hidden. I was already in the trade, but you see that waterfall that happened.
You can't. I
caught the short right at the top because you could see I had to wait for that pump to happen first. And I'm showing you guys right now. It looks like a mini double, head and shoulders there. This is like the 10-minute waves. I'm trying to go through and show how I compared Bitcoin price action to it and how it was relatively bearish compared to Bitcoin at the time, in which case it gave me more of an idea of when I entered and what it would be safe to hold. If Bitcoin went up a little bit or Bitcoin made a move, you could see it in real time that Bitcoin was stronger than it. So I was safe in that short. And then also looking at the momentum waves, which is the main thing. All I really used on this trade was the Market Cipher B momentum waves. That's it. That's my only TA. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the different time frames of it. The confluence comes from the different time frames of the waves. So the 1 minute red dot's going to roll to the 3 minute. It's going to roll to 5 minutes. Roll to 10 minutes. That's it. And so then caught the move. But originally, though, the bigger part of the strategy, which again is explained in the live stream, is the 1 hour. It's the 1 hour, 10-minute strategy. The Cassius Cuvée 1 hour, 10-minute strategy on Market Cipher B. Okay? I just find the trend first on the 1 hour. Plus, it had the 2 hour and 3 hour. Everything was red. I was like, the trend is to the downside. So I just had to enter in when we caught after the next green dot on the 10-minute. When that rolled over and turned red, then we could write it down. That's exactly what happened. I front ran it a little bit, which is why I got that perfect entry at the top. It was actually a little bit early and on the first one, and then it doubled down. I didn't actually double down. I just added another position same size. I was going to double down. I should have. But no big deal. I didn't want to get overzealous. I wanted to actually stick to the strategy here because I got in a little bit early, but no big deal. The reason I did is because I was looking at support and resistance. And again, I got in on that line, and lines on the price chart don't matter. Momentum waves matter. I don't know how many times I got to say this. Proven yet again. So then when it rolled over, I caught the perfect top, as you can see on the other triangle. Wrote it down immediately, pretty quickly. So the wind was at my back already. And then it bounced a little bit. We still didn't get a red dot, or excuse me, a green dot in this case. I'm shorting. We didn't get one on 3 minute for hella long. So I could have held longer. I did get a little bit of zigzag. Finally, I started seeing the 5 minute flashing. That's when I got out. This is a 35-minute video, but I was in the trade longer than that. And, I'm getting phone calls. I got work I got to do and stuff, I was on the phone most of the time, actually, of the trade with two different people. And, you can see where I ended up exiting, or it's coming up here pretty soon. And basically, I exited because I thought it was turning against me. But honestly, I could have stayed in longer. The strategy calls for to get out sometime between the 5 minute and the 10 minute green dot. In this case, I'm going short, meaning the momentum started to go upwards. I seen it kick around. I was a little bit early. I said, it doesn't matter. I just give me my money is what I said. I said, give me my money. I got other work I got to do tonight. I'm trying to learn how to do the screen recording and stuff like that. If it goes up, it might go up quick. Just give me my money. Did a slight little tick up, and then I got out, and then it actually went down right after that. That's the 1 minute chart on Breakout Prop up top. I call out how
I don't really call it out because this is a time lapse. I wish I could show you the real thing. It's too damn long. But basically, all I had to do was compare it to Bitcoin and watch the waves. And that was it, man.
That was it.
Everything else just came together. So just close it out. It was the perfect example that I wish I could have done on the live stream. So this is like an extension of today's live stream, basically. This is what we were looking at, waiting for this to happen. And I said you got to hurry up and wait. Most of the time it's actually boring. But waiting for the right entry is how you get to bigger wins. It's how you get to good play. It's why it's a safer play. It's why my system, my strategy works. It has built-in risk management.
That's really what it is. So I feel like I just might as well play the video from yesterday because that's exactly what happened. I mean, and I was telling you right there in real time, right when it happened yesterday. I'm supposed to be doing something else. I'm like, I'm going to make this video. I was trying to post it real quick into the Discord. I was like, you know what? I'll just do a quick relapse video. It took me longer than I thought. Time-lapse video. And then and just make a YouTube video out of it and go from there. Because basically, like, it's exactly everything we talked about on the stream happened right then. I just wish the time of the stream had been an hour earlier or an hour later, basically. So we're looking at a descending triangle here. We actually got, check this out, we got the red dot on the 10-minute way down here. So I didn't get a big old jump up, you know, just like we didn't get that big of a move up in price right here, right now. So, you know, I didn't want to be overzealous and jump in. I'm glad that I didn't. But what we were looking at here, what are we looking at? Anyone? Descending triangle. So look. Descending triangle. I swear these are one of the ones that actually seems to actually work. So this, oops. Price is coming down. Why are they putting it there? Price is coming down, but it keeps bouncing off of support. Which is here. So remember we called out the ascending triangle, right? Oh, no, I'm not using StreamYard. I'm using Meld Studio. Meld Studio does that with all these like camera tricks and that kind of stuff. So if you're looking at this coming down here, right? The theory is the way this is supposed to play out is a descending triangle is that, you know, you're going to get zigzag, 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 and then it goes like that. So basically, let's see if we can do it this one here. It's going to come, bounce off, and then it's going to come down. So what we're looking for here is, you know, if I had gone short anywhere next pump, I could you know, if I was looking at this, I would say, okay, I want to come in and wait and then take it down here. Now, I'm not certain that's going to happen. I would like to see a bigger move up, but now I'm like, man, that might actually happen. You know, like if you were going to enter a short about right here or something like this, assuming that is going to, I don't know. You can't, that's the thing. You can't just go off of the actual drawing because, you know, this could bounce until we get into the corner. Ain't no telling. This is, again, why I'm always going off the momentum waves down here. The momentum waves are what the difference maker is, man. I'm trying to tell you. It's like, I won't say it's all you need to know because you want to learn other stuff, but if I'm new and I'm trying to learn a strategy, start with the blue momentum waves on the oscillator. And so Market Cipher B gives you that. Now, there's also these RSIs. It's the purple and the green. Think of them kind of as pointing the direction. If they're real high, it means price going up. If they start to curl over, though, that means price is ready to go back down again. As you can see, that's what's happened. VWAP is this yellow one. Right when it crosses is when the move is supposed to be made. Money line is this green line here. When it crosses down here, it turns red. You can see that just went down. It's more of that. To me, money line is more just like a trend line, but for the oscillator. Then we got this is the 5-day moving average. It came up here, kicked around. Might go back down. This ticker has been pretty volatile, and if I'm going to short something or do the scalping on something, I want something volatile. So that's why I keep looking at virtual. Now, there's other tickers. Let's see. Degen. We had some people in a Degen short. Who was that in the Degen short? Benkai was in the Degen short. In the Discord, he said, Degen virtuals, Pendle short. Degen has been I love shorting Degen. Degen is like the go-to short. Especially after this pump. Come on, man. Look at this pump. You see a move like this in Degen,
I'm licking my chops. Okay, I'm licking my chops trying to catch that down, especially the nice big wave. This is the 1 minute chart. Man. Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of volatility you're looking for. I want to see if this virtual breaks to the downside. Let's see what he's saying. That's all I pretty much got for you guys today, man. The main thing is when you're uncertain, you either don't trade or you got to zoom all the way in to scalp. You got to zoom all the way in to scalp if you're uncertain. And like, don't jump in some long-term trade right now, especially if you're using leverage, because you'll get liquidated. You know, I think Phemex is the great place to do leverage. Kalichi in the house. He said, "Later, guys, I'm wrapping it up, Kalichi." I'm wrapping it up. We went over all of the scalping strategies on Breakout Prop, and I'm telling you, man, it happens. This is the third time now where as soon as I got off the live stream, virtuals all of a sudden gave me the move to enter on. Is this the third time or the fourth time? But yesterday I took it, and I watched that baby all the way back down. I'll show you guys one more time here. It looks like this is a big, this is like a big old waterfall. All I caught was this little move down here. It seems so small now compared, but when you're in it, that's a big move, and that's one of the benefits of having a big bankroll but only need a short move, and that's the benefit of scalping. Right after we got off the live stream, remember on the live stream yesterday, we were like, should we go long here? And I was like, oh, but the trend is a red dot to the downside. What I'm looking for is another pump, and then I'll short. And that's what I got. I went in here thinking about maybe this would be a line of resistance because of this here. It was only a half-size position. So I held it, wasn't losing me too much money. Shot up to here, and I got in right here at the top. Again, I got this by looking at the candles. I mean, you could look at in Market Cipher B also, but like the 1 minute on Market Cipher B. But like, I just started seeing how the candles are moving. And when wicks would come and appear a little zigzag, I'm like, okay, price is slowing down. The momentum's slowing down. And that's 3-4 minutes, right? From here, each candle's a minute. So then I'm down here on Market Cipher B looking at the 1 minute, and you start seeing how basically this 1 minute, you start flattening out or what direction it's going and stuff like that. So you're constantly looking back, and then you're looking at the 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, and you're constantly looking back and forth. And then eventually, boom, pull the trigger, go in, and then you just ride it down. And then as soon as I caught the big move, okay, now I got a little bigger wiggle room here. So I don't need to panic. I'm just watching Market Cipher B now, basically. I set a sanity check stop loss like here, just in case something crazy happened, because you never know a scam wick on these shit coins. So I set like a sanity check stop loss somewhere up right here, and then I just watched around. And then think about this, okay? Think about when I was sitting here watching this move. I could have been like scared I was going to pull the trigger to get out, but I watched Market Cipher B, and I'm like, we still don't even have a red dot on the 5 minute. I mean, a green dot on the 5 minute because I'm going short. So I was like, nah. And then as soon as that went, and I was like, I won it. Like, I knew I wanted to trade once this happened. You know what I'm saying? I was like, the chances of this jumping back all the way up in my face hella quick is slim to none when I plan on getting out before the 10 minute turns green. You feel me? Rode it a little bit longer and got out down here. Could have waited, 5 or 10 more minutes and got out down here. But, enough's enough. You know what I'm saying? And that little move, it seemed like a big move at the time. But look at this. The rest of the day now, all the way back up here. And this is why we don't swing trade. This is why we take the profit on the scalping. You feel me? Oh, yeah, appreciate that. All set. Yeah, if you guys can smash the like button and definitely share it and like it and all that other stuff. Appreciate that. Right on, all set. Yeah, man. I mean, right now we're looking at this descending triangle. Let's see if this plays out, right? I'm curious because I'm always doing an experiment, right? Like, we got a descending triangle here, and this is the same ticker. And I'm like, is it going to do? I feel like it is. What pushes this higher? Look at this. We got a 1 hour red dot here. If that rolls over, breaks out the descending triangle, we'll start to see the dot here on the 2 hour. And now we're cooking, okay? I used to have a note on Degen, but this was when things were real bullish at first. I was like, don't go on the first red dot. Wait until the 2 hour red dot has fully printed yet, and then you start looking between the 2 and the 3. This is for the big swings. But like now that things are kind of bearish to sideways, that 2 hour red dot is like, okay, things are starting to look bearish, especially if the higher it gets, look, this is not quite as high, but like it had a move, you know what I'm saying? And then also comparing it to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been flat. Nothing crazy going on. Is Bitcoin going through a similar type of ascending triangle, a descending triangle? You know, this line I drew a long time ago. Is this a little triangle is trying to happen that squeezes either going to break up or down? The short answer is I don't know which way it's going to break. But I'm going to look at this down here to help me. I would say it would break to the downside because if this rolls over, not necessarily, just because this is high doesn't mean it's going to go down, right? It could keep going higher. That's the whole point. The momentum's to the upside. I want to see it roll over first, right? That gives me that confirmation. Even though 1 hour is not that strong for that. But this is why for scalping, though, it would be nice if, like, you know, we got a couple of these dots even higher than the 1 hour that are looking bearish, you know? That would be nice. But the first 1 hour dot, eventually that first one's going to lead to the second, which is going to be the 2 hour and then 3 hour. So eventually one of those red dots on the 1 hour will be the one that starts the dominoes to roll over. But the more you watch it, the more you see is like that takes a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? Slows down a little bit. Did I see a message from somebody on the Discord, but I don't see him in the general chat. So yeah, that was pretty much it for today. I just, the basic play is this. I'm looking for, I wish we'd gotten into this virtuals a little bit sooner. I'm looking for one more up like this, right? Because the 1 hour red dot is here and the 10-minute is here. And I was like, you could enter on the next 10-minute red dot. Technically, we could have here. We didn't get that big of a move up, though. I was hoping for a bigger move up to then enter. Oops. And we didn't get it. So, that's why I didn't chase it down here. I'm hoping to get one of these. But you won't necessarily get that if everything turns bearish. If everything turns bearish, you're going to have to go in on one of those, one of those ones. Or maybe you don't, maybe you say, look, I missed it, And you can see over here that this is kind of support right here. If you count this top right here, everything bouncing off it, this looks like support. But support will hold until what? Until it don't hold no more. That's what I'm telling you. The price chart is like, yeah, support. So, like, if this is support, would you buy right here? Not me. Not when I'm seeing a red dot on the 1 hour, right? I'll be looking for a place to enter a short. And that's what saves me, you guys. If you don't lose any money, then you're going to save, if you save your money, then you'll eventually win because you eventually be trading with the trend. So I appreciate y'all, man. Oh yeah, let's check out the last minute to vote here on the poll here. Which do you like more, swing trading or scalping? We got 75 to 25. That makes sense. I do a lot of scalping. Let's see here. I think that Market Cipher in the background, huh? For sure. We want to play out. We can play out with that video one time for the one time. Let's see. Join the Market Cipher. Let's see.
Unique. Crypto face.
Join the Market Cipher.
With Cassius Cuvée.
Join
I made
the
this
Market
video.
Cipher.
I bet you didn't know.
It took me a while.
Join the
But like,
Market
this shit
Cipher.
kind
Even
of worked,
faster
man.
than I can
This
trade.
shit worked.
Join the Market Cipher.
Let go. I love the adrenaline trades I'm winning, and my indicators say when to start and to finish them. Swing trade more on point than a pendulum. Live stream every day, 100K minimum. Come along for the ride. I'll be giving you the guide while my brother on my side. Green candles on the rise. Yeah, the time has arrived. Trade $1 million live. Better yet, make it 5. I hit the green dot and take off like a slingshot. In the background, you can hear that my beats hot. Cash came through with a brand new heat rock. Every single time, more shine than a peacock. Bitcoin pop, now it's headed for the treetop. If you think not, then you living in a dream shop. I predicted this. You can check the X screenshot. Price going up. There's been calling D-top. Where the fear go? Now with a peer low. Check my channel. I'm a Discord hero. Ice cold veins with a mass sub-zero. At a milli, I'ma take it off on my beard show. I got it locked, but some want to take my key and try to trade like me with a fake ID, but they can't quite be because I'm crypto face. No KYC.
If you want to get paid, then you got to win trade, so.
Join the Market Cipher.
If you want to get gains, then you got to get trained, so.
Join the Market Cipher.
If you don't want to lose cash, then you better move fast. And
Join the Market Cipher.
If you want to DJ on more than the weekend.
Join the Market Cipher.
Cuvée enjoying Momo, diving in the FOMO, living in the future like a 30-44 flow. If you didn't catch it running back and playing slow-mo, ride the blue wave or go broke like a hobo. Be a big dog, not a small-time guy like a bonsai. Why? I'ma call my guy. Hit crypto face, get him on my side. When I see Bitcoin hit an all-time high.
I'm the one who decided that one. I was just like,
every gonna climb and you finna get a
because
dime.
when I
I'm
see
winning
a
all the
big-
time, then the women wanna die and I got bitches on my line, but these digits on my mind. I'm hung
when
up
I
with
see
only
a
one
big
indicator.
wave,
Gotta
like
dodge
a
imitators,
super
really
big
nothing greater.
wave
I'm
above the
inadvertently gonna
75,
intimidate a hater if you
that's
call me
when I'm
today.
like,
I might have to hit her
okay.
later. See the blame is in
Like,
the
this is
game 'cause I
doing
claim
the
that I
most.
like
You know
it,
what I'm
stuck to
saying?
each
When
and
this
game
reverses,
with a
we're
wife,
gonna
but
catch
scalping, I
that
got
big
aim
one. You
like a
can see it
sniper.
right
This
here.
ain't FA, but I'll train your advisor. 100x
Man, if we get up there, it's like,
Glued to the
okay,
charts,
I
gotta
do that on
pee
all
in a
the
diaper.
tickers
Only look away
that
when
I'm
I step
watching.
into the booth, and it's time to put a
Because
real
I'm like,
MC in a
I wanna
cipher.
know.
If you want to get paid, then you gotta win
I
trade
wanna
some.
know.
Join the Market Cipher.
If you want to get gains, then you got to get trained some.
Join the
We're
Market
in this
Cipher.
middle of the road
You don't wanna
shit, guys.
lose
This is
cash,
why I
you
don't want
better
to
move
offer these
Join
swing
the
trade
Market
ideas up.
Cipher.
Just
You
zoom in
wanna
and
DJ
scalp or
on
don't do
more
that.
than
Just
the
wait and
weekend.
watch.
Join the
There's
Market
no rule that
Cipher.
says you have to trade every day. I just love being able to sleep at night. Okay, you guys. I love not have to worrying about, what is this position going to do when I wake up in the morning? Some news on the other side of the world or something. God, who knows what? Scalping makes you sit down, you do it for a couple hours if you got a good entry, and then you're done, man. It's nice. That's pretty much all I got for you guys today, man. Appreciate everybody joined in. Remember, one last time, we're having the invite challenge in the Discord group. So get in there and get your invite link. You get your own invite link. The instructions are very simple. They're right there on the, let's see, just a simple, small limit entry and then go to bed. Yeah. You can just do a quick one. Now, that one quick one before bed, right, ends up turning into like a nightmare. But let's see. While my Bitcoin short got round tripped to break even, okay, I could have got 3 to 5 scalps and made profit. Yeah, and that was what the thing was, bro. I got sick of watching round trips. I got sick of watching round trips. You know what I mean? You're like, man, this is getting ridiculous. So, anyways, here I got this. This is how easy it is to participate. You click on a drop down on the server name. You can click invite, and then you get a personalized invite link, and that's what you're going to share with everybody. All right. And the winner is going to get one-on-one with me. We're going to do Zoom, go over whatever strategy you want, look at whatever charts you want, get into some of the more advanced nuance, some of the ways we might break the rules of trading. Like I always say, you got to learn the rules of trading before breaking the rules of trading. We'll get you to that point where, okay, this is where you cut the corner. This is how you front run. This is how you shortcut just a little bit here. It's okay to cheat here if you got your risk management set up over here. Things like that. Very nuanced. I'll go in whatever depth you want to look at. We could do some live trading if you want to for at least 1 hour. And we'll schedule a time that works for both of us. For sure. And, doing these round trips, that shit's annoying, bro. Just give me my money and I'll go to sleep and trade another day. If you zoom in too, man, you could there's trades every day. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, me getting in Bitcoin at 75K and then riding up to roughly here a little bit lower, like, I don't know when that's going to happen again, So swing trading is like hit and miss. I know there's a hell of people right now just sitting around doing the stick poke, do something, long or short. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I want to have an opportunity every day. And that's why I'm using leverage with Phemex or Breakout Prop. Remember, Breakout Prop, you get a discount code, GGRF7W. If you use my discount code, you get money off when you purchase your valuation. But if you want to get, my Discord is $99 a month. If you want to join for free, just use my Phemex referral link to create a Phemex account. You get 1 year for free right now. There's limited spots on that, but when the first 50 are gone, they gone. Then you have to pay. So, first 50 people don't get 1 full year. All right? So, all right, well, good luck, all set, and everybody's in the game here. You said no friends. Lambo only has 2 seats. The Lambo only has 2 seats. Ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the truth? I guess I just have to get 2 Lambos. The other girls will drive the other Lambo, too. That's not for friends. They're the female friends. Anyways. All right, y'all. We're going to hit it. And great luck trading. Trade smart. Trade safe. If the momentum goes against you, get out. Either take your profit, cut your losses. No problem. Take it. Green is green.